Attack on Titan just ended, and we need to talk about it. This video is going to contain spoilers, so I'll give you 5 seconds to step away from the video in case you haven't watched the final chapter. Okay, if you're still here, it means that either you've watched it or you don't have self-love. Anyway, the story kicks off right where it left, with Mikasa, Armin and the bunch landing on Eren's founding Titan's back. We enter the Battle of Heaven and Earth chapter, and it doesn't take too long for things to go south. But let's take a deeper look into the life lessons behind this brilliant and bittersweet finale. Lesson 1. If you keep doing the same stuff, don't expect different outcomes. Remember when the weird cow-like beast Titan thing did the craziest tongue game you ever saw in the history of anime? Yeah, the moment before that happened was when viewers took a first hit. That was when Armin dropped this line: "Those who can't abandon anything, can't change anything." That one hits hard. We all know how much Armin likes and looks up to Eren. Their bond is undeniable. Despite being the 200 IQ character, Armin is also the dreamer type. This is why this is so painful for Armin. He knows that if he doesn't let go of his feelings for Eren, the world will come to an end. Yet he still hopes that he can reason with Eren and talk him out of stopping the rumble. He is clinging to that hope, but his rational mind is aware that if he doesn't let go, nothing will change. It's painful to watch, and we are often faced with such mixed feelings in different contexts. It's a constant battle between the rational and the emotional side of our being. Yet the absolute truth is that if we keep doing the same things over and over, the outcome will remain unchanged. Also, what a lovely group of frames this were. Props to the artists. Lesson 2. No matter how scary things look, sometimes you just got to do it. While Armin had a lot of conflicting and mixed feelings regarding on how to stop Eren, Peak, that had no relationship whatsoever with Eren, knew very well what her goal was there. She rushed to Eren's neck with a bunch of explosives to try to stop the threat on her own. While everyone was still trying to take Eren down without harming him, she was eventually stopped by a hollow hammer Titan. But her actions paid off big time later in the episode, because hadn't she placed the explosives there, we wouldn't know how things would have turned out. This goes to show us that sometimes, while we think about the do's and don'ts of our to-be actions, there are others charging at their goals without second thoughts. It's true that she didn't succeed right away, yet her failures added to the overall success of the home team, and this is why success is built up on top of many failed attempts. Lesson 3. Put things into perspective. Be grateful. Live in the moment. In the Long Dream chapter, when Armin meets Zeke at the past world, we get to see how miserable a person can become while living a meaningless life. This goes to show us how easy it is to fall into the trap that is the daily routine, and how doing the day-to-day tasks for extended periods of time will make you dull and suck the life away from you. This is when Armin teaches us the value of living in the moment and being grateful for what we have. Haven't you ever heard that what matters is the journey, not the destination? We need to learn how to appreciate the small things. I'll ask you this: do you remember the last time that you took time to appreciate the taste of the food in your mouth? Perhaps you're even eating while you're watching this, or doing something else while you listen to my voice in the background. The thing is, we are trying to do so many things at once that we end up not doing any of them, at least properly. The next time you complain about how your situation is, remember that somewhere in the world, whatever you think is the least of the concerns for someone else. Lesson 4. Love is painful. Love comes in many ways, shapes and forms. Regardless, one of the most painful things is to love someone. Know that they love you back just as much as you love them, but knowing that you are never meant to be together. Yes, this is the painful and tragic link that Eren and Mikasa shared. Since the moment that Eren put that red scarf around her neck, Mikasa bonded with Eren in a way she never did before. It's true that she cares deeply about her friends, but no one is as important as Eren is to her. Unfortunately for both Eren and Mikasa, this ain't no Disney, where there is always a happy ending. Thanks, Emer. Fact is that Eren always strongly resonated with the idea of freedom. He even mentions in his dream with Armin that he is indeed a slave of freedom, and that speech he gave about how he hates that Mikasa is not free due to the curse of her bloodline came from an honest place. This goes to show us how powerful love can be. Love can break through the deepest beliefs of our own core, even if you are as stubborn and attached to those beliefs as Eren. Eren loved Mikasa so much that he trusted her with his own life. He knew that he could die, but he kept pushing forward with the sole belief that Mikasa would pull through. On the other hand, Mikasa's final act proves Eren right, where we witness her unwavering resolve to protect the others at the cost of her own happiness and the life of the person she holds most dear. This is what Ymir couldn't bear to do. Despite being mistreated and humiliated by King Fritz, She loved him in a way that, even though she had all the power in the world, she didn't kill him, nor tried to manipulate him. If Eren is a slave of freedom, then Ymir is a slave of love. Eren was the perfect candidate to free Ymir and everyone else from the Titan's curse. But to break a cycle, Ymir needed someone like Mikasa, someone that was also a slave of love, but through sheer pain and suffering, was able to free herself from the chains of love itself. Lesson 5. There is only so much you can control. No matter how good your intentions are, regardless of how hard you try, sometimes you need to face the hard truth that not everything is the way that you want it to be. So, we need to learn how to cope with that. Eren's plan was to level up the world's population outside of the wall with a population of Parody Island, get rid of the Titan's curse, and make sure everyone would get the same starting point. To do this, he turned himself into the villain of the story and forced his dearest friends into stopping his wicked human annihilation plan so that they would be remembered as the heroes who stopped Eren Yeager. But Eren is not naive. He called himself stupid for concluding that this was the only way he could think of doing things. Yet he understands that his optimal plan is flawed and that it is mankind's nature to beat each other up. And that's precisely what we witness at the end of the Titans fight. Even though the devils from Parody Island just saved the Marleyans, they simply don't trust the Eldians. One thing you can control though is if you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. I would highly appreciate your feedback and reply to your own opinions on how you've interpreted the grand finale of this amazing series. I leave that up to you, of course. I had a great time doing this video, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it. Until the next time, stay evil.